All right, let's get started. My name is Rahul Bhausar. I'm the director for Global Cloud Marketplace Worldwide. The connection between me and the region is I used to manage Middle East, Turkey, and Africa till 2018, based out of Dubai. So I know the region pretty well. And the challenges in building a cloud business is something which I'm aware from a Middle East perspective. So thanks, Sufyan and the team for setting up this thing and then uh, getting the right audience who wants to basically learn what's happening around the globe when it comes to COVID-19. So today's topic is how do we grow the cloud business during and post COVID-19? It's a very common topic, I'm assuming, but we just wanted to put some perspective of how Ingram can help our partners during this time. So I'm going to basically go through some typical situations as a scenario of COVID, and then we will switch towards the fact that how we are positioned and how we are helping with our investments and platforms across the globe to help our partners grow this business in the right direction with the right investment and tools we have made, right? So this is but basically the topic and the overview of the slides, which we're going to go through. If you have any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the Q&A. The purpose of the meeting of this webinar is to let our partners from Saudi know that how things are moving in other parts also. So if you have anything specific questions around what is the trend in other countries, what is the situation in another region, or behavior patterns or trends, feel free to ask me those questions. I'll be more than happy. I have a pretty good overview of worldwide insights and trends in our own business. And then I can share some good insights if beyond what we are going to talk specifically through a guided slides today. Okay. So before I start, I thought I'll just share some insights in terms of the numbers. You know, again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. This is just to give you the reassurance of the numbers, which is telling the world that cloud business is becoming mainstream year over year. In fact, this whole slides, the numbers might have changed in 2020. There should be a spike here, and this was the old slide. So pre-COVID, this was the slide, but post-COVID, I think there would be one big jump here in 2020. And that tells us that there's a funny post in social media which says, what is the biggest driver of digital transformation, whether it was CTO, CIO, or COVID? And guess what? It is COVID which is driving the digital transformation at all levels, right? It is not just at the vendor level or a partner level or an end customer level. It's at all levels. We are forced to change our behaviors due to COVID. So how this has affected partners worldwide is something which I'll try my best to give you some essence there, and what exactly you could do post this is something which we'll talk about. So this shows the trend is going upward. There is a spike which we have not updated slide, but I can tell you during COVID, it has just all crossed all the numbers, right? Azure at some point in time from Microsoft was peaking so much that Microsoft couldn't provision additional servers in some data centers because they were out of capacity. So that's the situation, which means the world has taken the direction of moving towards cloud by force now. And what it means is partners like you must take full advantage of the situation. I know Saudi can be a little tough selling infrastructure on the cloud and those kind of solutions, but I can tell you, if you have the right perspective, the right positioning, even in the most toughest and competitive market like Saudi, you can still go ahead and start pursuing those things. We'll talk about that. If you have questions, feel free to just drop it in the Q&A. We'll be happy to answer that. It's the same thing. What's the split between the infrastructure and the SaaS is what it is showing, but it consistently keeps increasing. What I can tell you is the SaaS application just got a boom in COVID, but infrastructure as a service also is booming. Probably from a growth rate point of view, it is going faster than SaaS. But in general, both the SaaS as well as the IaaS numbers are really at the peak at this point in time. So let's talk about what literally happened. A very simple slide to understand, but I want to spend time talking about it, right? So what's the impact of COVID on end customers? And when I'm saying end customer, these are customers of you, resellers, right? So we are partnership here where we are talking about our end customers, whether it is a small business, medium, or enterprise, or whichever industry it is. There are 5 areas which I think the impact is there. I'm not going to spend time on what is the GDP effect, what is the economical effect. I'm talking about the impact which will give us, which is us. When I say us, is Ingram and partners like you combine as an opportunity to go and position a solution which will help them to save cost and deal with the impact of COVID, right? What was the bigger impacts of COVID from a technology and a business operations point of view? Everybody was forced to work from remote, right? Those companies who just couldn't cope up with this from a policy point of view, from a technology point of view, just couldn't deal with the situation. Imagine companies, not just companies, governments had to change the policy. UAE never allowed these online tools like Google, Zoom, Teams to work properly without a VPN. And guess what? COVID forced the country's policy to change. And now it is openly available. And that's a big thing, right? Which means COVID was so strong that government had to change the policy and the companies have to change the policy. Remote work is becoming more relevant and the most active way of conducting the business today also. And that's a big impact. What we can do with respect to remote solution is what I'm going to talk next. But I just want you to realize that what is the impact, whether it is a small business, big business, or even at a government scale, remote work is becoming more important. Collaboration. In this situation, the only thing which needs to continue to work is collaboration. If you think and imagine if customers and their employees cannot collaborate efficiently, there is no way they can survive these kind of periods. They have to stay connected. They have to stay in and connection is not about just emails, right? Connection is about chatting. Connection is about meetings online, video calling, receiving phone calls, right? We may not have a out-of-the-box solutions for VoIP solutions on our marketplace in Saudi, but I'm not going to be limited to what we sell today. I'm just talking in general what you should be figuring out and selling it to your solution, selling it as a solution to your customers. So I can give you a simple example is those companies who just cannot receive a phone call from their customers when they are working from home. It's a problem. It's a big problem, right? And that is a big solution which you guys need to figure out, which is what is available in Saudi in general, right? So that's an opportunity in general. So it's one of the pieces of staying connected. But on the other hand, as long as you are able to chat with your customers, as long as you're able to connect and talk to the customers through online meetings and emails, that is what also matters. And when you want to talk about staying connected and being still operational for your business, access apps from anywhere. Like this is big. This is big from a partner solution perspective, right? So every business who did not think about availability of their applications. I'm talking about apps, right? I'm not talking about emails anymore. I'm talking about business apps. This is invoicing app, CRM, ERP, or any application which runs the business today for internal or with customers. If those apps were only on-prem, the days are gone. There is no way that the company will survive. And that's the most important thing you need to understand is those apps needs to be available, right? It doesn't mean that it has to be on cloud. It needs to be available, which means it should be accessible from outside anywhere, anywhere, any device, anytime. And that's the only way the business can survive. And we'll talk where that opportunity comes in. And finally, keep the cost under control. In these tough times, if the customer wants to continue to maintain things on premise and still try to be productive, they will incur higher cost, and that is something which we need to start thinking about, how you can take advantage of the situation and start selling them more cloud solutions. And that's precisely what we are going to look at the next slide. Any questions so far? Do you guys agree, or do you see more problems and different impact? Are we on the same page? I would love to have some comments from you guys. Okay, while you guys are putting those comments, I'll move on. So what kind of approach you should take when it comes to dealing with the situation with the five impact which we spoke about, right? The remote work, collaboration. I'm probably going to shuffle some things, which is the most common words which you have used, and again from Microsoft primarily, but then it's not limited to Microsoft. What I'm asking you guys is to think how you take these things to the market with the various solutions, probably position the same solution in a little different way because the use case is different now. So let's start with the remote work here. Remote work is all about how can you enable your client customers, employees to work better in this situation. Microsoft Teams, Zoom, that kind of solution, even Google Hangouts works best here. But when you want to really go and offer a solution which will lead and yield services margin for you, you want to lead with things like Microsoft Teams, for instance, right? Microsoft Teams is part of the Office and M365 package, but in this times, you want to lead with Teams as a primary driver and talk about those small and good feature functionality of Teams to lead the solution and the need of the customer, right? And that's the primary thing which you want to lead with. This is just an example. Whatever you're selling, whatever services you're giving, think about services offering in remote works category, which could be offering trainings on how to use Teams, trainings how to collaborate using Teams, for example. These are things which customers need today to be more efficient. I'm just putting the name of the products, but you start thinking about what services you can offer along with this. Collaboration, Microsoft Teams, again, comes almost in many areas. OneDrive is another big thing you want to think about. And this is about selling solutions, leading with these components, which is already pre-packaged off between M365 and O365, OneDrive, SharePoint. If the customer is not a pro Microsoft, then Dropbox is another area which you want to look at. The point is, start leading with the collaboration solution as a pain point, because this is the pain point. You want to start asking the right questions for thing. What are you doing to increase your collaboration of the company? How do you want to be prepared in future? COVID may get finished in next 6 months, but the effect will stay for another decade. I can tell you that companies will be prepared, will have to be prepared for such situations in near future, right? Nobody can give us guarantee that COVID is ever going to be going away, right? It may come back here and there. So people have to be prepared. Companies have to be prepared. So it's an opportunity by itself to go and prepare your customer to be ready in situations like this. Staying connected, again, there are teams, MS Teams has solutions around that, but More than that, focus on VoIP solutions if you have anything in the country. And this is just a general idea where you can start positioning with the pain point of being connected in the business. There are solutions which is available with us as part of Microsoft, but in general, that's an opportunity which you want to go and exploit. Access applications from anywhere. Now, this, if you see, sounds very simple, but it can result into such a huge opportunity for each and every customer. I can tell you every small, medium, and a large business would fall into one or two opportunities for you guys easily. It's about asking very simple question. How many applications do you have which can be accessed completely on cloud, and how many of them are not? And the answer of this question can result into opportunity for you to lift and shift applications straight to Azure, or deploy new applications on Azure, or create new mobile apps and deploy it on the cloud, right? So this itself is a long-term huge opportunity. The bigger the organization, the bigger is the problem. So the moment you go and talk to a company which is 200 employees, 300 employees and above, any industry, they will have at least 10 to 15 business application, and out of that, about at least, I can tell you, roughly around 50 to 70% will be on premise, and that's an opportunity for you to really take it up from there and start having a conversation around Azure. And that is really, really important. And the local team can really step up and help you with that, on how to do assessment, how to do solution architecture. And even if you don't have resources to do the deployment and migration and all those services, we can help you with that with the professional services also, right? So of course at the cost, but that's the opportunity there. Finally, to keep it under control, the cost under control, the pitch here is moving CapEx to OpEx, right? If the customer has an infrastructure on premise, to make it available on cloud, to make it available to be accessed from anywhere and keeping it secure, they have to keep investing more. The easiest thing is to move to cloud, monthly payments. Reserved instance on Azure will cut a significant amount of cost with monthly payments, right? So these are some of the ideas which we recommend you to start thinking about, and we can really start helping you in building up this whole thing as a practice going forward, right? It's not that the time has passed and now we don't need to worry about this approach related to COVID. This is going to stay. This is going to stay for next 6 months, 12 months, and we have to continue to peak this thing. But the opportunity is there from now till next 12 months before everything starts getting normal. It is important that you teach your customers how to deal with the situation during COVID. Okay. Any questions? Feel free to drop your questions in the Q&A. There is one question, in your opinion, the question is from Mustafa. It says, what is the main reasons for company to move to cloud? Why the company cannot survive if it's still using an on-prem app? A pretty good question, and that exactly is what I said, right? So in the fourth category, which is access applications from anywhere, the answer to that is why a company cannot survive if the application is on-prem. There are a few things, right? If the application is an internal facing application, the company has to do two things, right? One, provide access to employees who are not in office now. So that's the first problem which they're facing, which means they have to enable the application to be accessed from outside using a proper secure VPN. If the application is a fat application, when I say fat application, it has a client which is installed on the laptop or a desktop, then that client has to communicate efficiently, which means the on-prem solution must have a proper internet lease line, which basically costs a lot, by the way. In Middle East, at least that was my last numbers which I knew. Whereas if the application is on cloud, it won't cost because you use the standard internet pipe to access those applications, number one. Two, if the application was never exposed to be accessed from outside, that means that is a cost for the customer to make it ready for getting exposed to outside. And finally, if the application is still a business critical application, someone has to be there to take care of the application, which means if the staff is not going to be fully equipped to handle the growth and load from outside, and if something is going wrong, which is the availability of the application, is going to be a concern, and scalability of the application is concerned. That is also a situation, right? So if the application was not prepared to be accessed 100% from outside, and now suddenly there is a surge in that, one, the bandwidth, two, the application itself needs to be maintained and has to be scaled. And all of these things, it becomes a little bit challenging on-prem, but it becomes pretty easy on the cloud. So that's primarily the first set of the use case for internal application. If it is customer facing application, the right place for the application is directly being on cloud, but still, if it was on-prem in past, and now with everybody trying to access everything online, the scalability will definitely become a challenge. So these are few reasons, but I can tell you, beyond the technical reasons, the business reasons is how efficiently you can run the business from outside. If the application is not available easily, it is going to be a problem, right? So that is precisely the things. If you want more technical reasons, single sign-on can be an issue. Logging into VPN can be an issue, or inconvenience, and so on. So there are multiple small reasons, but those are not business drivers, but access to these applications are the biggest business drivers. All right. If you have more questions, keep throwing the questions. I will answer it. Let's move on. So what's the mantra here, right? So what's the philosophy here we tell to our partners? And this is not COVID only. This is in general. The key philosophy which has been working for us for years, and I think every time we read this, it is true. It's such a simple steps which my previous boss actually said this is land the seed, expand the seed, and conquer the data center. It is such a simple steps, but it means a lot. Land the seed means sell a solution. This is a success formula for cloud. It is not just for anything, but it's a success formula for cloud business. Land the seed means sell anything which is easy, fast, and in need of a customer. What does it mean? Emails, Office, Teams, Zoom, anything like this, which is a run rate product, run rate solution, need of the hour, just pick that, land that seat. Because once you grab a customer, the customer is going to stay as long as you keep the customer, which means that's the first step which you take. And when times like COVID comes in, that land the seat becomes more faster. So you want to go faster, as fast as possible, grab the seat. And it is okay to be competitive there in grabbing the seat. The secret here is once you have that seat, you want to expand the seat. When I say expand the seat is upsell and cross-sell. The only two words you want to remember when an expand the seat is coming is upsell and cross-sell. You better be prepared to upsell and cross-sell. When I say upsell, you want to upgrade the seats. If all of them are Office, go and talk about M365 and upgrade the seats. And I can tell you, you will be better off from a profitability when you upgrade rather than renewing it on the same plan. Cross-sell is about selling them completely different solution because they're already a customer, you know better about them. It could be about a Dynamics, it could be about security solution, it could be about any other business application, or even the third piece, which is conquer the data center. Every customer has some sort of data center, a small server room, figure out which application can be going on cloud. And that's a simple secret sauce of helping and growing the business successfully in the cloud. If you only keep doing one thing, the business will take shape and you will start facing problems from a profitability. If you do the second step but don't do the third one, it will take you to some more further, but the real money will come when you do all three of them together, right? And each of these steps requires investment, practice, time, and efforts to grow the business in that direction, right? So I hope this is useful, because around the world, every time we talk about this, we do get a clear message that yes, it is super easy to understand and it is useful. So this is something which works all the time, not just in COVID times. So in general, what's our value proposition from Ingram Micro, right? Our four pillars of value proposition is people, our platform, our portfolio, and our partner focus, right? So people is we have about 1,500 plus cloud associates worldwide. Our thought leadership, our experience in cloud. Collectively, we have about 12 years of cloud business experience as a cloud BU, and we are doing business with literally over about 23,000 partners globally. And that gives us lots of insights to all our people. And so that's our first pillar. Platform being the biggest pillar here is we have a wide variety of choice for our partners from platform. This is our own intellectual property. It's an end-to-end automation with lots of integration. So we'll talk about that, how it will help. Our portfolio and our focus on partners. Now, we have started very strongly focusing on our partners in the last 18 months, where it's all about partner experience, partner success, and we have various services which is going live country by country, like our concierge service to help our partners understand. So we'll dive a little bit in this, but connected to the value proposition, our pillars, as I said, our platform is our biggest strength. And this slide shows the choice of platform which we have for all of you. So right from the left all the way to the right, you have various choices at various stages, and that's basically a good segue for me to take you to different choices how you can have while you're growing with our business. But let me explain you what it means on this slide. On the left side, it is mostly for our partners to get started with our marketplace. And on the right side, it is for those partners who have grown big and want everything of their own with their own brand and everything, which is running and spinning up their own marketplace, which is fully in their control. Whereas this is something which we have invested and doesn't cost you anything to get started with. So marketplace is a good starting point. Then you can expand with using our white label marketplace functionality to spin up your own white label version of our marketplace. Start integration with various integration points. Some of them is marketplace API. And then if you want to go beyond that, you can actually go into something called marketplace as a service, which means you can have your own instance, but it is maintained by us. And after that stage, you can basically say, you know what, I want to run everything on my own. And that's where you go and use our Cloud Blue platform. Cloud Blue platform is the same platform which is powering our marketplace also, but it is maintained by Ingram Micro. Okay, we'll go in a little bit deep in this. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to ask. So the easiest way to explain and understand our various choices of platform and how you should take step by step to automate your business, right? So we learned land the seed, expand the seed, conquer the data center. That's more of a strategy. But how do you execute this strategy? The execution of strategy is in two folds, right? One is people and how the execution of that strategy lands with the people when you go on. When I say people, it's about how do you market it, how do you sell it, and how do you execute it technically. But in the back end, if you don't have a systems to support, you will not be able to scale the business beyond certain limit. And that limit is, and we are coming to the point of that limit is about 150 customers. If you have 100 recurring subscriptions customer with you today, or if you're about to hit that, these are the levels where your problems starts opening up or starts growing. And when I say problems like maintaining renewals, maintaining accurate billing to the customers, maintaining the service levels with small requests which keeps coming in from various customers and so on. And these are operational challenges which will come in, right? Business is growing, but operational challenges will start coming slowly after 100 customers which you see. So how do you deal with it? How do you set the right platform and a structure for you to grow? And I would like to explain that with our cloud maturity model. The way we have structured this is it is broken into 4 stages. This is a stage-based model, which means you start somewhere and you'll always grow to become bigger and bigger, right? So the first one is build, then breadth, depth, and scale. These are 4 different stages. If you are in any level of cloud business today, you will fall into one of these 4 stages. I can tell you that. So let's get started understanding each of these and how Ingram has something for you at each of these stage, and then you can open up for questions towards the end for this. The first one is build stage. This is the stage where either you're just getting started with cloud business or you've just got started with cloud business, 25, 30 customers buying some subscriptions, and you've just reacted to their requirements or doing something there, or even 50 subscriptions you have. But it's just mostly a response to the market where people are asking for solutions and you responded to that because you're selling other solutions, on-prem solutions, and along with that, you started selling cloud. That's the stage which we're talking about. Here, what basically you should do. First step is take full advantage of our marketplace. Start with our cloud marketplace. Don't try to build things too much or invest in here on the automation or anything. It may be overwhelming. You might feel that you need this tool, that application. But I would suggest just get started with what we have for free. There is no cost for using our marketplace. Just become a reseller and sign up, and you will get an account there. It's a great place to start building your solutions on one place. It offers ordering, provisioning, managing in one bill from the marketplace, right? So consolidate your customer subscription management in one place, which means place all your orders in the marketplace so that you can manage the subscriptions anytime without any issues. One click and you can change, you can add, all of those benefits are there from the marketplace. Very soon, Saudi will get something called Go-to-Market Hub, and this is basically for sales enablement and demand generation, marketing tools and assets. Again, you don't have to pay anything. Think of this as a marketing automation tool for free with content for you guys. And that is something which is going to be fully integrated and available in the next few weeks on the Saudi marketplace. And onboarding, learning, development with Partner Portal. Partner Portal is also going to go live soon, but till that time, you have enough of things to do with the existing marketplace without any investment. Start with this, and this is how it looks like, right? So there is lots of categories, there's a lot of features which we have launched recently. It is always rolled out in all countries, including Saudi. So every time we have something to help our partners in new functionality, you guys will also get it. So get started with this marketplace. It's pretty simple to use, very modern in terms of commerce experience, as well as helping you to take the next steps. And you will see that in the next slides. So in this stage, as I said, it's building stage. Start with any simple SaaS applications. We have two categories, and all these categories are available in our marketplace exactly same way, communication and collaboration. Start with that portfolio, super easy. Take those solutions to the market. It should help you to land the seat. And then again, I'm going back to the strategy, right? So strategy is land the seat, expand the seat, and go into the data center. Now let's take its next step of breadth, and breadth is about white label. We're saying take the first step towards automation with white label marketplace. What does it mean? It means now that you've got familiar with marketplace, you're using it for yourself. It's time you can actually give it to your customers also. You can actually launch your white label marketplace. You can put your logo, you can put your domain name, everything, and you can select the portfolio which you want your customers to see with your own price in local currency, and go ahead and publish that marketplace. So whatever you see as a marketplace from Ingram to you, you can actually launch exact same thing with your branding, with your products. With the products you want to sell, with the price you want to set, and you can publish it for free, and it's part of the solution. So take it, promote it. It has lots of marketing options, the banners and the content and everything, and you can allow your customers to browse, purchase, and place orders. And that's the first step of automation. You let your customers do self-service and manage the subscription rather than you doing that thing for customers. It is your choice, by the way. You don't have to do it for all customers. You can be selective, but it is a great step towards the next step of automation, right? And then here is the point where you have reached 75 approximately customers, where you're trying to bring some more operational efficiency by pushing self-serve. Here you're really doing a self-service option for your customers, and that is a great thing to do, right? Customers like that. It actually looks exactly the same as our marketplace, but it can be completely customized the way you want it to look, with color combinations, with your logo, with your domain name. So we don't have enough time for going through the demo, but Hassan can actually walk you guys through on how it looks and feels. Here, go beyond the standard portfolio. This is about growing beyond SaaS portfolio and really with services, which is security and business apps. Go into selling some security solutions, start pushing Dynamics and other business applications. That is also another good area to focus on in the breadth stage. Going to our second last stage, which is depth. Here, you're really taking the business to the next level. And what we have to offer you is two key integration points. We have basically an integration to out-of-the-box systems. Again, in Saudi, we don't have these systems in place like ConnectWise. But just to let you know, guys, if you are looking for a ERP for cloud business or managed services or an MSP kind of ERP, specifically for your business to run, we have completed our acquisition of a PSA system. PSA stands for Professional Services Automation Systems. We have our own system now called Harmony PSA, and this is a UK-based company which we finished the acquisition. And this application is now available, fully integrated with Cloud Marketplace worldwide. So we are actually starting with the EMEA region. And if any one of you is interested in deploying a end-to-end MSP/cloud business ERP kind of thing, which is integrated with our marketplace, reach out to Sufyan and team, and they will be able to at least get you the right information. We can show you demos, and that's how you can actually take the business completely to the next level when it comes to running the business as an MSP or cloud service provider. So that's one way of integrating and tightening your businesses with our systems. The other is APIs. Our marketplace has fully ready production simplified APIs. You can do many things. You can do CRM integration, you can do ERP integration, you can do e-commerce integration, anything you feel like. If you have some development experience or if you have developers with you, you can use our APIs without any issues and basically integrate your business systems with our marketplace. This is some examples of ConnectWise integration, but may not be relevant, but API is relevant. So you can, as I said, you can sync and access e-commerce kind of information from us, which is account subscriptions, rated data information, and put it into any system which you want through our API. So if you need more information about this for further integration, do let me know. But as I said, this is the third stage. First two stages are important. Most of you are just getting started with our marketplace, which is launched a few months ago in Saudi. So this will probably take time to reach here, but all I wanted to say is these systems are available for all of you to scale your business, right? And another area of that stage by a business portfolio point of view is this is the time where you need to start investing in infrastructure solution. It means either people, expertise, and focus. And that's the stage which we say it's the most mature stage where you understand what it takes to grow the business, what it takes to really go deep in the business, including the practice, which is practice of infrastructure solutions. And last is scale. May not be directly relevant to all of you, but keep this in mind. If your business reaches a stage where you have 500 customers plus in Saudi, when I say customers, 500 end customers, if you have with subscriptions, and you feel the need of launching your own products on marketplace, having your own reseller network in the marketplace, and so on, and you want to have your own products and services on your own marketplace, that is a time where you probably will have a need saying, okay, you know what, I'm not fully able to do things the way Ingram offers the marketplace because it has great features, but I want something of my own. We actually have a program where we can give you an instance dedicated to you, which is absolutely looking and feeling, including billing and even payment gateway. If you want local payment gateways, we can do that. But that is a separate program where we will basically offer it to you as a service. It does have a cost, whereas all the things which you saw before on the first three stages, it doesn't cost you at all. But here it's about having your own platform, which does have a cost. So, but the good thing is everything is personalized for you. It's like your own system be running and controlled by you, just maintained by us. So as you see, this program allows you as a partner in the center. We provide you full catalog. We provide you this as a service. You can launch your own products and services in addition to our catalog. You can sell straight to end customers, or you can have your own network of other resellers if you wish to, right? So this is marketplace as a service. So this completes our 4 stages of the overall maturity and how Ingram basically brings platform automation, portfolio strategy to help you grow in general. But as I said in the beginning, there is basically a list of things you have to focus during the COVID time, right? So I will open up for questions. I'm almost done with my slides. I would be happy to answer any other questions in general from a business point of view, our marketplace roadmap, features, functionality, portfolio. Feel free to ask any questions if you have. Sufyan Hassan, do you have any questions? Do you generally come across with your partners, which we can talk and share with the audience?
Uh, um, Rahul, I think like yeah, Hassan may be able to put more light on this if he has come across with certain questions, and I would ask Hassan to basically put his view on that.
Uh, so far from the audience, there is no more question is posted. Uh, Rahul, obviously we are uh, just launched our cloud marketplace in couple of months, and people are exploring and they were looking for local billing. So these all functionalities available in cloud marketplace. Uh, there are no such more specific question related to cloud marketplace is ready right now from partners, but we have some partners on a call. If they have any questions, those who are accessing cloud marketplace, if they have any question, they can ask right now.
Sure.
Apart from this, Rahul, I would suggest like if you can just give some. Hi, Rahul. Apart from this, I would suggest if you can give some more idea and information about GTM Hub because we have an internal call today that is taking uh, it's like a kickoff for GTM Hub for Saudi Arabia marketplace.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, so it would be
I
good
can
to
actually show
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys the live. Yeah, it says great presentation. Can you walk us into 5 minutes demo of the new Imcmp? I'm going to walk you guys through the cloud marketplace of US because I have the access there. But it is exactly the same. There is no difference between the US and the Saudi marketplace, except the number of products are different based on the contract we have from the vendors. But the feature functionality is exactly the same so that you can experience what it looks like. So let me just show you that. Hassan, can you ping me the credentials for Saudi CMP?
Okay.
Anyway, I logged into the US version. So this is how the marketplace looks like, and this is standard across all the countries. Another question: how fast is IMCMP updated with latest products and offering? So the way we run the business is if the vendor has authorized us in a country. So in Saudi, if Microsoft is authorized, we technically update all the SKUs, all the latest products of Microsoft after it is launched or changed within the 2 to 3 weeks or maximum 3 weeks from the change. As far as new vendors are concerned on the marketplace, it depends on which vendor has authorized us. And Sufyan is currently looking at all the portfolio from global, and he has already a list of products which he feels that he wants to go ahead and launch it is there. But if there is anything specific you guys are looking for, please feel free to raise this in this forum as well as send it to Sufyan and Hassan. I'm more than happy to look at that. And once we decide if that product is available in any of our 28 marketplaces worldwide, I can make it launch within 2 to 3 weeks anytime if it is already a product in other marketplaces. But if it is something new vendor, then it takes about 6 weeks to go live on the marketplace. Uh, Please explain about marketing material available on CMP. Yeah, that's a good question. So we wanted to show you something called Go to Market Hub. So if you are on the marketplace and if you want to access the marketing material, then this look for this tab, which is called Go to Market Hub, and we are soon launching it for Saudi. And once you go there, all the marketing information is all linked here. So which means if you go to product playbook, you can search for information, which is all the products here. So for example, Acronis, let's take Microsoft M365, right? I'm just taking an example. So all the information related for sales is here. If you see logos, presentation deck, sales guide, screenshot, you can actually customize the sales sheet with your logo automatically with this. And if you want to do marketing material, you just click the marketing campaign and you will be actually be directed to the marketing section where you can pick up the banners, you can launch emails, and these are content which is designed by us and the vendor, and it is ready to be sent to your customer. All you have to do is import your contacts, and you can actually send out not only the email but also social campaigns. You can start a social campaign on LinkedIn. You can start a social campaign on Twitter. All you have to do is connect your company social account like LinkedIn and Twitter once, and it will keep posting 6 to 8 posts in the next 6 weeks. So that is how it is done, and it is available for all products. This is your go-to-market hub. Very, very useful tool. It is a full investment from our side, and this is something which you guys can access at no cost. Then we have more questions. Are products in CMP in sync with the technology providers offering? Generally, yes. If you're looking out specifically around Microsoft, yes. Acronis, yes. Dropbox, yes. But if the change comes in, Microsoft is changing very dramatically in the last 6 to 9 months, where they're launching new service, changing names. So if there is any specific change which happens, it takes time to launch. There is also another angle you guys have to keep in mind, that certain products are restricted by geography. Well, it is something related to, let's say, voice and other things where telco regulation comes in. We are very careful about launching those services. But in general, the fastest moving products should be available very, very clearly and should be in sync. Can the reseller control the margins of the fixed price product or consumption based product? Absolutely, yes. In your control panel, when you go to your customers, you can set the pricing for your customer very easily and control the subscriptions the way you want it. You can do that. Hassan can provide more information. If you have anything specific, let us know about that. Are the cloud product cost fixed in CMP? Is there a room for more competitive discount? We understand competitive pricing is required, but the way the system right now works is you will see a fixed price there, and you basically we have to work out a discount for you outside the system, and then there is a way to there is a way to deal with that situation. But in general, we are trying to always maintain a fixed price because there is no spot pricing. There is a flexibility which our sales teams can do for you. So when you place an order, it will always be a standard price. But if there is a special price which you have or a competitive discount which you need, and if it has been agreed by Sufyan and team, we will be able to process it for you on the marketplace. Not a problem in that. We have 4 minutes. If you have any questions, let me know. But
there is
otherwise,
one more question: is Arabic supported in the marketing platform?
No, Arabic is not supported on marketing platform. But the good news is with the marketing tools which you saw, you can download all the emails as it is, as an HTML. And if you have some way to translate that either by a person or by a system, and then you correct it, you can download it and then you can run it everywhere. So the primary English content we will not only allow you to run it from the system, but also allow you to download it so that you can make changes to it and translate it and do whatever you feel like doing. But Arabic, we don't do it at this point in time. So what are the other things you could do? So just to give you a quick glimpse, this is a great tab for you to look in. If you have not started placing orders and using it, subscriptions under your customers, you can manage in real time. It'll show you active, what is expiring, what is auto renewing, what is under trial, all of that without any issues. And the beauty is you click on it, it will show all the details. It'll give you your price, your margin and everything. It'll give you the details of when it is expiring. You can adjust the price as a reseller, number one. You can change the subscription. You can renew it. You can put it on hold. You can do all of that. And when you say change, you can change the quantity on the fly. And that's the power of marketplace, right? You no more have to do purchase orders or these things and ask somebody and follow up. The business is in your control. You can do things on your own on the fly as long as you have the access to the system, and you can provision things on automatically, really in the real time. These things gets processed in less than 2 to 3 minutes once you confirm the order, right? So, and you can let your customers also access this from that point in time. So that's a quick snapshot of the demo of the marketplace. It is exactly the same for Saudi also. So take your time. If you don't have access, get the access created for you guys with Sufyan and team. If you have the access, you have not started using it, play around with it. I would suggest it's super easy, but if you have any questions, reach out to the local team. And if you have any specific topic you want to know more about Marketplace, let us know and we will be happy to run sessions like this to educate you more about that. There is one more question. Where do we associate a PO when placing the order on CMP? There is a place of PO number. Every time you place an order, it will ask you for a PO number. Let me show you that in just quick 1 minute. There is a question there. So every time you confirm the order, in the last screen, there is a place to put a PO number. And that is the number which we will show you in invoices and in reports all the time. And that's a good question and a great question. It is a feature which is available so that you can associate your purchase orders with the marketplace. So here on the last screen, before you confirm the order, it will give you an option to do a PO number, and you just put your PO number so that it can be easy for you to reconcile in the later stage, accept the agreements, and you hit the buy button. Okay. So we are over an hour. If you have more questions, please leave it with Hassan and Sufyan and team. We will be happy to circle back and answer those things for you guys. And I hope this session was useful for all of you. We will share the slides and the recording later on for you to socialize that with your other associates and colleagues. So far, thank you. If you have anything else, you can reach out to us and